Hello students, how you all are at your home? I hope that you all are fine and good at your home. I am also fine over here. So, you all are welcome to Vidya Balbhavan Senior Secondary School. In your English class, 9th subject English by Miss Purnima Bhardwaj. Okay, now you have to identify these clips. Okay, whatever I am showing to you, you have to identify these clips. First clip, second clip, third clip. So I hope that you all have identified what kind of clips these are. Okay, so these clips are of sound or music. Yes, you all are right. So this is book number 1, that is Beehive, chapter number 2, part 1, the sound of music. Okay, now let's have the introduction of the writer, but before this, we will have the objectives of the video. So the objectives of this video is introduction of the chapter, next introduction of the writer, next accent of difficult words with their meanings, and the last explanation of the chapter. By the end of the video you will get to know all these things. Okay, so let's start with the chapter. Okay, first of all, the introduction of the writer. Okay, the writer of this chapter is Deborah Cowley. So, is a freelance writer and broadcaster. She grew up in Toronto, graduated from the University of Western Ontario, and moved to Ottawa to work for the Unitarian Service Committee. She spent 2 years with the UNHCR, that is United Nations Relief and Works Agency, in Beirut before moving back to Ottawa and a job with CIDA. She traveled the world with her diplomat husband. She worked as a reporter for CBC Radio in Washington, D.C., and on the posting of Cairo, she worked on several TV documentaries for CBC's Man Alive. Also in Egypt, she wrote the first official guidebook to Cairo since Beetker's Guide in 1940s. Subsequent postings in London and Brussels gave her the chance to write articles for the British and international editions of Reader's Digest. Research for these took her to Kenya to report on AMREF's flying doctors, to Bangalore, India with ORBI's team of eye doctors working out of a DC ton, to North Uganda to interview Dr. Lucille Teasdale, to Tanzania to meet chimpanzee guru Jane Goodall in her lakeside home, and to Stockholm to interview Queen Sylvia of Sweden. So this is the introduction of the writer, students, and here is the picture of Deborah Cowley. The whole name is Deborah Mason Cowley. So here she is, and we all have read that what was there in her life and what was everything be like in her life. Okay, she was the author as well as the broadcaster. Okay, so let's move further. So here is the word meanings of the chapter. So first is jostle, Jostle, jostle. This means push roughly. Next is slight. S-L-I-G-H-T, slight. That is small and thin. Third is daunting. D-A-U-N-T-I-N-G, daunting. Means frightening and scary. Frightening and scary means the same. Okay. Next is teenager. T-E-E-N-A-G-E-R, teenager. A person who is in his teens, means who is till the age of 19. Okay. Next is aspiring musician. A-S-P-I-R-I-N-G, aspiring musician. M-U-S-I-C-I-A-N. Means a person who wants to be a musician. Next, profoundly deaf. P-R-O-F-O-U-N-D-L-Y, profoundly deaf. D-E-A-F, deaf. That is absolutely deaf. Next is gradual. G-R-A-D-U-A-L, gradual. That is in phases. Next is conceal. C-O-N-C-E-A-L, means to hide. Next is specialist. S-P-E-C-I-A-L-I-S-T, specialist. That is a doctor specializing in a particular part of the body. Okay. Next is deteriorated. D-E-T-E-R-I-O-R-A-T-E-D, deteriorated. That is worsened or reduces. Means the quality or anything that is decreasing, that means deteriorating or deteriorated. Next is urged. U-R-G-E-D, urged, means requested. Next is impaired. I-M-P-A-I-R-E-D, impaired, that is weakened. And next is pursue. P-U-R-S-U-E, pursue, that is to follow. Okay, these were the word meanings of the chapter. Okay, and now we will have the next thing, that is instructions. Okay, instructions. First of all, you have to upload your homework on the portal. If you are having doubts or in uploading the homework, you can just mail me out. I will reply. Okay, on the mail ID, that is POORNIMAVVB@gmail.com. Next is take a pencil with you to underline the difficult words and write the meanings as well on the spot. The word meaning which I have told you now only, you have to just copy it down in your fair notebook and you have to send the clicks on the portal, or you can send on that ID. Write down all the words with their meanings in your fair notebook. Do all the uploaded work in fair notebook with your hands. No printout and photocopy should be needed or done in the notebook. Okay, now here is the story. Okay, the story is about a lady, that is Evelyn Glennie. Okay, so what the chapter's name is, chapter number 2, The Sound of Music. Okay, that is part number 1. Okay, Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. So what we are having in the first line, the very first line tells us that Evelyn Glennie is listening the sound without she hears. Okay, we all are having our sensitive parts. Okay, we can hear with our ears and we can smell with our nose, we can see with our eyes, we can taste with our tongue. But this Evelyn Glennie just listen to sounds without hearing it. That may be the talent or the God-gifted thing. Okay, let's have what is there in the chapter. Okay, before you read, God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. But that is why she expresses music so beautifully. Okay, what is there? God may have taken her hearing. Okay, now she is deaf. We are getting from this line that she is deaf. but he has given her back something extraordinary. Okay, you might see that if someone is handicapped or he's having any kind of problem like this, okay, any kind of sensitive problem is like this, okay, they are very extraordinary. Okay, so what we hear, whatever we used to hear, she used to feel that far more deeply than any of us. Okay, she used to feel that very deeply. That is why she expresses music so beautifully, and this is the only reason why she used to express the music so beautifully. Read the following account of a person who fought against a physical disability and make her life a success story. So here is the story where this Evelyn Glennie has she's deaf and she is not having his hearing abilities. Okay, and how did she fought against her physical disability and make her life a success story? Okay, so let's start with the chapter. Rush hour crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. A slight girl, looking younger than her 17 years, was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. So, rush hour crowds, we are seeing that there is a scenario on the platform. Okay, what is there? There is the jostle crowd and everyone is taking position underground train platform. Okay, there is a girl looking younger than her 17 years, means she is very young, was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. So the girl is feeling, or she can feel the vibrations of the approaching train. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. So what's going on here? It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy. So this prestigious Royal Academy is the name of the academy in London, where the girl used to learn the music. And daunting means frightening. Daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. Okay, now what is there over here? But this aspiring musician means a person who wants to be a musician. This aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than the most. She was profoundly deaf. So the basic thing for the musicians is their ear, so that they can listen to things. But she is deaf. Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. Okay, Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. That was not very mutual. So her mother remembers noticing something was wrong. Okay, what her mother remembers, that she notices that something is wrong when the 8-year-old girl Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. They called her name and she didn't move. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard, says Isabel Glennie, the mother of Evelyn Glennie. What she says, that they called her name and she didn't move. Okay, then she suddenly realized that she hadn't heard that. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. Okay, for quite a while. Actually, what they are showing to us, that she was not on from birth she was deaf. No, this was not like that. The thing is, like, when she grew old, she got the deafness. Okay, for quite a while Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. Now she was concealing that she may do that from the friends and teachers. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. So what was going on over here, that by the time she was 11, okay, marks had deteriorated, marks are deteriorating, and her headmistress urged, means forced her parents to take her to a specialist. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve. Okay, now what is going on over here? Then it was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. There is a nerve, okay, in her ear that has been damaged. Okay, they were advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to school for the deaf. We all are aware that if someone is deaf, okay, there is hearing aids for them. Okay, these are the equipments which are used to hear properly for the deaf people. Okay, and sent to school for the deaf. Everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn. Now what Evelyn says, that everything suddenly looked black. I can't see everything. Now, but Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. But Evelyn was a very motivational girl, and she is not going to give up now. She was determined to lead a normal life, okay, and pursue her interest in music. And she was allowed to fulfill her everything and lead a normal life. And she is pursuing her interest in music. She was doing her music course as well. One day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. So what is there? There was a girl that was performing and playing the xylophone, and she decided to play it too. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. Okay, many people have been discouraged her, demotivated her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. Now he recognized her potential, her ability, her capability of doing any kind of task. He began by tuning two large drums to different notes. Okay, first of all, what he has done, that he began by tuning two large drums to the different notes. Okay, don't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way, says Evelyn. Suddenly I realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. Okay, now how she is feeling the things and how she is feeling the music. See that she can hear the higher drum from the upper body, the waist up, and the lower drum from the waist down. Forbes repeated the exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. Okay, now what she was doing, that she was suddenly realizing that she can sense the notes in the different parts of her body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. What she said, I had learned to open my mind and open my body to sounds and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. This means that was the unlimited determination and unlimited hard work she was doing to learn her passion. This was her passion, and her studies were going on side by side. So students, this chapter is basically the motivational chapter, okay, in which we can see that being a deaf, Evelyn do not stop herself. She can't stop, and she is more motivated than before that she can do the things best. Okay, if she is not having the ear, she is feeling from her body. Okay, this is the utmost confidence of a person. Okay, now let's move further. She never looked back from the point onwards. Now when she reached at that point when she starts sensing the music and the drums, Okay, she never looked back. She toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, okay, she toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra. She visited there, okay, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. And now what is going on? She never looked back. She had a tour the United Kingdom, okay, with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. Students, these kind of people are having extra talent in themselves, but it doesn't mean that proper person, a normal person is not able to have the motivation or kind of talent, etc. And all. We all are having one talent, one or the other. Many people are multi-talented, they can do everything. So we all are able to do everything or any kind of thing that is speciality of a person. Okay, we must have to brush it up the things. Okay, while brushing up the things, we are able to go up in that career. Okay, now let's move forward. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the academy. Now she auditioned the Royal Academy of the Music. Okay, that was a very good one academy over there, and she scored one of the highest marks in the history of that academy. Okay, she gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performances, and now what she is doing? She was doing solo performances. Before that, she was doing orchestral work, means the group work in which the group is there, they used to play orchestras and all. Okay, and she started doing the solo performance. Okay, solo means alone, a one person performance. At the end of her 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards. Okay, she had a 3-year course of that, and she took most of the awards. She won the awards by doing the solo performances, and she was great in that. And for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. And she got right to the top. The world's most sought after multi-percussionist with a mastery of some 1,000 instruments and hectic international schedule. This was a drastic one, students. Now what happened? Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. Okay, she can't accept that I am the hero and all. Okay, what she says that if you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. Obviously, if you are working hard for anything and you want to go there at anyhow, at any cost, you will go there with your hard work. And she got right to the top. She got at the top, and she became the world's most sought after multi-percussionist with a mastery of some 1,000 instruments. Yes, students, 1,000 instruments she had mastered on, and hectic international schedule. Okay, she was performing internationally, means everywhere in this world. We can see that after being a deaf, there is very problem. There are so much of problem that we cannot face everyone. Okay, we are not able to, she is not able to hear the things. Okay, but she can feel that. Okay, if God snatches away one sense, he used to give the extraordinary talent in the person. Okay, but everyone is having their own talent. Okay, whatever talent is there, it's being hidden or shown, the talent is there. Okay, but what I have to say, you students, or what Evelyn wants to say, or what the author wants to say is, we don't have to hide our talent. Why should we hide our talent? If we have singing talent, we have to sing. If we have dancing talent, we have to dance wherever necessary. If we are having art talent, we must not hide them. We must show them. That may come in front of the world, and everyone must see what kind of talent you are having. Do not hide your talent. Even rather grow your talent. Growing your talent will be your personal thing and your professional thing as well after some years. Okay, but your hard work will not go in vain, that will not waste. Okay, now let's have the next paragraph. It is intriguing to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly without hearing. Okay, that was intriguing means fascinating and curious. Okay, it was very curiosity for the people to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly without hearing. In our 2-hour discussion, she never missed a word. Men with bushy beards give me trouble. She laughed. Okay, in that 2-hour discussion, she never missed a word. Men with bushy beards give me trouble. What she says that men with bushy beard gives me trouble means she can't have the lip sync of that person, because when she is deaf, when the people are deaf, what they used to do, they used to read the lips of the person who is talking to him. Okay, and if the person is having beard, that she is not able to see the lips or what kind of words he is pronouncing and he is saying from the lips. So these were the words she said and she laughed. So students, this is the picture of Evelyn Glennie that she is performing in front of the audience, and you can see that she's so confident and she's so lean on in her work that she's not even watching the picture is being clicked to her, and she's so confident in her work. So she used to say that everyone can do the things with their hard work. If you have hard work skills, you can do anything. Okay, now let's move on to the chapter, but first let's see what we have left. It is not just watching the lips, it's the whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. Lilt is a way of speaking, or the way to speak, or you like that. Okay, it is just not watching the lips. She was not just watching the lips, she was just watching the whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly means without fault or mistake. She used to speak very confidently. When we are confident, we used to speak very flawlessly, okay, without a fault or a mistake. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. Scottish lilt means accent. Scottish lilt means the way the Scottish people speak. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11, she says. What she says that my speech is clear. I can speak very clearly because I could hear till I was 11. Till she was 11, she was able to hear the things. But that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. Students, from this paragraph we will have in the next video. Okay, let's just have the recapitulation what we have done in this video. Okay, what we have done in this video is we have introduced our chapter, okay, by watching some clips. Okay, next is introduction of the writer we had. Okay, we had the introduction of the writer. Okay, next is accent or difficult words with their meanings. We have done the difficult words and their meanings, and we have done the explanation of the chapter, but the chapter is not yet over, students. Okay, many things are there left. Okay, so we need to complete our chapter in the next video probably. Okay, so till now, thank you so much and take care of yourself. Okay, do all the work in your notebook. Okay, we can call anytime to bring your notebooks, and you have to bring them for the checking. Okay, thank you everyone, take care of yourself.